What's up, my good peoples? It's your girl Tilan with another episode of Say What Say Huh. Ben, where the heck you been? This has been way too long of a stretch. I apologize, I've been away for so long, but I do want to thank you for coming out and playing today. We have so much to cover, so I have to just jump right into this thing. First of all, just this morning, today is, what is today? July 29th, 2010, and President Barack Obama was on The View. All right, I so salute my president for setting some records straight. He came out against the infamous Elizabeth Hasselbeck that I've been complaining about for months. You know how, a lot of you know how I feel about her. I would need a whole another half an hour to get into that. But I appreciate that he kind of counted down, as well as most of the panel, some of the changes that he's been able to make in a very short 20 months. When we all know he's accomplished more in that time than the previous president did in 8 years. Thank you very much. How you doing, Fox News? So, getting on past that, the episode title for today, for our episode, is Mad Rants and Beautiful Moments. So I've already talked about one beautiful moment from this morning with the president. Another one that I had to mention, this is a little outdated, but it's definitely worthy of mentioning. It's probably from, 5 weeks ago or so. The BET Awards premiered. You probably already know where I'm going. There's no way in the world that I could not mention Chris Brown's tribute to Michael Jackson. Okay, for real, that performance was off the hinges, and you know that it was. There's no one that can move as close to Michael that I've ever seen in my whole life. Chris did a thing, he held it down, and then at the end, I just was so not expecting that. When he attempted to sing Man in the Mirror and was choked up, I don't know, people have been talking about they think that that was fake. I don't know where your heart is or whatever, because mine was being pricked, and I don't know what you were watching, but I saw realness, I saw sincerity, I saw a man who was taking the words of the song and using it, in his own life. I just thought that it was a very powerful and one of the most beautiful moments I've ever seen on TV. I think it was reflective for him. I think it was painful for him to understand that he had lost his idol. He'd said himself that Michael Jackson was his biggest influence way before he passed away. So props to you, Chris Brown, for getting on the right path there. I've always said that you deserve a second chance, and I'm just glad that you stayed out of boxing rings, like I've mentioned in another episode. So, okay, I gotta jump into this. This is by high demand that this be discussed, okay? All right. There is a show that has just recently debuted on TV One. Still in the middle of the season, so if you haven't caught these episodes, you can probably go to TV1.com and see full episodes, or just like any other black show or any other reality show for that matter, they'll play these episodes until the end of the summer over and over again, so you won't miss anything. The Ultimate Merger. All right, this is when Omarosa, from Trump's Apprentice, that Omarosa, she gathered together all these intelligent and professional black men to compete for her love, right? Now, I had to tune in, because this is the first time ever that a bachelorette or bachelors have been an all-black cast, so I had to watch. All right, so enjoying the show for the most part. There's been a couple of hiccups. There's been some shows where I'm like, okay, what's up with the production of this? Y'all needed some music right there or something. I mean, it was like, okay, it's obvious that this is the first season. Overall, I really like this show. This is my biggest shock of this show. All right? Let me holler at you. What is Albie Shore doing on this show? Can somebody break that down to me? Okay, Al, I don't understand how you got to be a contestant on this show. Weren't you the dude that was like making all the ladies swoon? Like you were that dude. You were the light skinned, it was like when that was in, y'all had your time. When that was in, You were that dude. I was so in love with Albie Shore all through high school. What are you doing trying to compete for a date? Like, that's not, what are you doing? You better get off on your own, girl, and go find a woman, even if you got to look all night and day. Al. I mean, for real. I'm sorry. You just kind of messing up the image of what I had of you. I would much rather hold on to the image that I had. Because I don't appreciate all this slicing and dicing you doing. I don't understand why every conversation you have has got to be in this deep, very white voice over the most simplistic things. You got to make an announcement. Fellas, can I have your attention, please? Fellas, I am going to go get the door. Albie, sure, you better stop it. You know you don't really act like that. I hope you don't really act like that. You need to tell Omarosa you should have been like a mole in the house, or helping her find a man out of one of the rest of them, or being set up on your own dating show. What you doing? You like, sure. You should have been like, what, you think I'm some dope on a rope? Nope. That's what you needed to be telling. You needed to go back to 88 and get your old stuff and let Omarosa know. For real. Another thing that I loved about this show, in one episode, they had the celebrity chef G. Garvin on there. Okay, now, I love me some G. Garvin. First of all, it's sexy when a man can cook. We all know that. But G. Garvin has got like this swag. He's like the LL of the kitchen. He's like the hip-hop chef, right? Why he get into an argument with one of the other dudes talking about, yo, my man. First of all, you're not going to disrespect me, my man. You're not going to disrespect me, my man, because you could talk about my brother, you could talk about my mother, but when you're talking about asparagus, that's something real, son. That hits me right here, son. I mean, for real. Because we can chop it up. We can, butter up, get some butter beans. We can take some, saute some onions up, grill them up. But that's real for me, son. Don't come at me like that. I got mad respect for G. Garvin. Love you, G. You can come over and cook for me and my husband anytime. Alright, so, closing this thing out, definitely check out The Ultimate Merger if you haven't. I have to mention, y'all know that Mel Gibson has lost his mind. We all know this. I'm sure all of you agree. Have you heard these Mel Gibson tapes? What is going on with Mr. Gibson? The funny thing about these tapes is he doesn't even realize, like, he's already setting himself up for Lethal Weapon 5. I mean, I can already hear it. I already see it. It's like I envision the whole thing. Danny Glover's gonna be right there, be like, Riggs, wait, Riggs, you really can't believe that about black people, Riggs. Come on, Riggs, all them bullets I done took for you, come on, Riggs. Come on, don't hit the girl, Riggs. What's up with him going off on his wife the way he is? Wait, okay. It's bad enough that he's talked about black folks. It's bad enough that he's put his hands on his woman and allegedly his child as well. But why is it, as he's going off, like losing his mind, left and right, I don't love you, and you're just sucking me dry! Why is his wife, like, just comes back, well, I've done everything that I could for this relationship, and I just don't know what else to do. There is nothing more annoying about when you're at a 10, if somebody else is at a 2. That's the best way to piss somebody off, like, real quick. I don't love you! Well, I've done everything that I can. Mel, I mean, for real, you need some help, and you know that you need some help. You've had other interviews that said that you need some help. Just get your help. Alright, on that note, I'm signing off, y'all. It's Tilan for Say What, Say Huh. Tune in another time, won't you? Alright, 2 fingers.